In this video, I'm going to show you a yard that is covered with a weed that is just a terrible weed to deal with in the springtime. I'm going to show you the weed, and I'm going to show you a strategy to get rid of this weed, and I'm going to actually try to eliminate all this weed in this particular lawn. Let's get started right now. Today's video is sponsored by Graham Spray Equipment. This is my 400-gallon split tank unit from Graham that I'm going to be using today to spray this poa annua. If you need a spray rig for your business, go to grahamse.com or give those guys a call. All right, first let's look at the weed, and then I'm going to show you the products we tried, show you what didn't work, show you what we're going to try this time. And this is Bermuda grass lawn in March, and look at this weed is showing up. And what's weird about it, you may think that the green, some of you think, oh, the green actually looks better than the brown. Well, we're actually going for brown right now. The brown in most of this is dormant Bermuda, or mostly dormant Bermuda. Now there is some green Bermuda grass popping up in here, but a lot of this green is this particular weed here, and this is called poa annua. Now it's been mowed recently, but you can see it's actually even going to seed here. So this weed, poa annua, P-O-A-A-N-N-U-A, is tough to deal with. And again, you can see all this green here, a lot of that is poa. Now for those of you with cool season lawns, the poa doesn't stick out quite as bad because you got green grass. But with us, with the dormant warm season lawns, the poa really sticks out and can look ugly in a lawn. So let me talk to you about some of the products we use as lawn care professionals in warm season lawns. Now, what I've been doing a lot of times on lawns is using this particular product right here. This is called Specticle Flo, and some of you are going to fall out if you saw what this costs. By the time of this video, 1 gallon is around $1,900. And so, you know, pick yourself up off the floor, but it does go a long way. We're typically spraying it at 6.5 ounces per acre on a Bermuda or zoysia lawn in the fall. And because poa annua is a cool season weeds, this is basically trying to kill it right after it germinates. You're pre-emergent, trying to get ahead of the weed before it's actually noticeable in the lawn. Now I'm going to mix that usually with a product like simazine, and hopefully that combination is going to get rid of a lot of the poa annua, and it actually works very, very well. Well, sometimes you get on a lawn and for whatever reason the Specticle Flo just does not do a great job of getting rid of the poa annua. Another pre-emergent product we use all the time is called prodiamine. Now it typically is not quite as good at controlling poa as Specticle, so most of the time in the fall I am going to use Specticle. Well, if you want a cheaper option, you can go with prodiamine. You're still going to mix it with the simazine, but oftentimes the results are not quite as good. Well, what if you use that and you still end up with poa in the lawn, like this particular lawn right here? Well, then we're going to go in there with a post-emergent product, and there's several to use. Now, if you're in a cool season lawn, the one I've heard that people talk about is called poa constrictor. I don't know if that works or not. I think it's very difficult to get rid of poa annua out of a cool season lawn because most of the products that I can tell you about are going to also damage your lawn. But in warm season lawns, you got products like the one I'm going to show you, Revolver, but there's others, Negate, Katana, Celsius, Certainty, Tribute Total. These can all be used as post-emergent products to get rid of poa annua in a lawn. The one we're spraying today is called Revolver. I've got it mixed at 17.8 ounces per acre, and I've already got it mixed up in my tank. Mix some surfactant in there, and we're going to spray it out. Now, sometimes poa can be slow to die, especially if the weather's cold, but we're getting in some warmer temperatures, so hopefully we're going to get some faster results. So let's get to spraying, and we're going to check back and see what happens with the poa. If you want to leave in the comments your great suggestions on how to get rid of poa, doing things other than what I mentioned here today, you know, what's your combination? There's other products out there you can use in the fall like Coastal and things like that. So what combination do you use in your pre-emergent? Please leave it in the comments to let us know how you control poa. And also if you have a post-emergent suggestion, I'd love to hear that as well. Well, I've got it sprayed, and I've got one thing at least working in my advantage. One, the Bermuda grass is turning green, the grass is being mowed, and so as you keep mowing it, as that Bermuda keeps turning green, the poa is going to become less noticeable. Other thing is with the hotter weather, when it gets really hot, the poa actually it will die out on its own. But I'm trying to speed up that process and hopefully get rid of it in a matter of weeks instead of months. So we're going to check back on the results and show you how well this approach works, and we'll see what happens. It's been about 2 weeks since we were here and got the call about all the poa in this lawn, and we sprayed it with Revolver. So let's take a look and see what it looks like today. A couple of positive things have happened. One, spraying it with Revolver definitely helped. I don't know of a better product as far as I've seen that can get results on the POA than Revolver. Also, we had warmer weather, grass is being cut, and so the green grass kind of hides the POA because, you know, the POA is also green and it sticks out like a sore thumb on a dormant lawn, but when the grass starts turning green, it doesn't show up near as bad. Now, POA can be tough to kill and be slow to die, but you can see what has happened. I think one, it's just stopped it from growing, and some of it does stick out a little bit because it's turning yellow. But you can definitely tell that Revolver application had a big effect on it. I would expect in another week or two, it's just going to continue to improve. Again, the grass will continue to get greener as long as conditions are favorable, which I expect it to be because of the time of the year. And the POA is going to continue to die out. And I think with this warmer weather, it's just going to happen even faster. So I'm really happy. I think it's been 13 days exactly since we sprayed it. Revolver is not necessarily a cheap product, but if you need to knock out a large section of POA, then this is what I would recommend. Now, hopefully your fall pre-emergent is going to get a lot of it, but I'll be honest, I got some yards that just get covered with POA every single year. Doesn't matter if I use Specticle, Prodiamine, whatever, they're just eat up with POA. So this may be the next best option, is just go in and spray it with a Revolver. Next time probably should do it earlier in the year where it'll start dying out faster. You start walking over here and show you what it looks like in this area as well. You can see it's just significantly improved over what it did look like. Also want to share some really exciting news. I have been doing the Lawn Care Life Conference. Well, I've actually done 3 of them. Did one in 2017, 2018, and 2020. So I wouldn't exactly call it annual, but I've done 3 in the past. I'm going to announce the 4th Lawn Care Life Conference. There's a link to it up on lawncarelife.com. And actually, if you sign up for the email list, you'll get a 10% off coupon code that you can use for the conference or for any of the products on my website, including the Weed Control and Fertilization Academy and things like that. So the conference is scheduled for next February 2024, and I partner with my friend Paul Jameson of the Green Industry Podcast. We've got some great speakers lined up. Alan Hain, the Lawn Care Nut, he's been to 2 previous conferences. Glad to have him back again. I've got Naylor Taliaferro, the Lawn Care Rookie. I've got Caleb and Brittany Allman. They work together with Allman Landscapes up in Ohio. Got my friend Jeremy Vest, who's a social media guru. Of course, me and Paul are going to be your hosts this year. It's going to be Friday night session, dinner, after party, Saturday up until about 4 o'clock. So we got a lot packed into 24 hours and hope a lot of you guys will join us. So when you get a chance, go to lawncarelife.com, click on the conference link. And somebody that's been before, I hope you'll make the trip back this time. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you guys in the next one.